back, and I was in the middle of having an epic battle with my chair. So, interesting weekend in the NFL. We had a few upsets tonight. We had two Monday night games. The NFL finally flexed some games, and we had, the former league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, just totally embarrass himself on national television. It was phenomenal. It was great. I loved it. Let's break it down. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
Eric, did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
You better not be talking about my boy Joe Flacco, Elite Flacco, Elite Joe Football.
Hey, listen,
over there.
Joe did not embarrass himself on the field. Okay, Joe did pretty okay.
No,
I'm not gonna say
showing he can still play.
Of course, and Listen, we'll get to the Joe Flacco thing because it's super weird to see him in a Browns uniform. But let's get started here. Chuck Dominguez, the chokers choke on that big D. They did. Mahomes should just shake it off. Ollie, oh damn. I'm guessing that's Ollie. Hey Ollie, how you doing?
Hello.
David Martinez, what up Dario? What's up David? How you doing? I jumped out of my window and hit my head very hard. What? Don't jump off windows. Stop it.
Well, be careful with that.
I'm gonna call your mother. Anyway, let's get started. So, like I said, this is a great weekend, man. I'm in a great mood. We had some fun football games tonight, and now I get to say one of my favorite things. All right, I told you so. You remember back at the beginning of the season, before the season started, I was like, this Chiefs team, they don't feel buttoned up. That was the expression I used. They don't feel buttoned up. Well, surprise, surprise. Look who's losing it out on the field. Look who is having a temper tantrum out on the field like a 5-year-old girl. So again, the former league MVP. It's great. Again, I loved it. I loved watching every second of it because now everybody's turning on him, and it's great. I love it. He used to be a babyface. Now he's becoming a heel, and it's just words cannot describe.
You know what the funniest part to me about all this, because they're talking. So we're obviously referring to the Chiefs game, with the offsides call that was a little bit controversial. It basically took away a touchdown and an incredible play. Mahomes scrambled, he threw the ball to Kelsey, and then they did like a little throwy back thingy to freaking Tony guy.
Yeah.
And then goes in for the touchdown. Amazing. It's gonna be in the highlight reels forever. But there's a flag on the play.
Mm-hmm.
There's a flag. Something's wrong. And then they look back, and it's got to be Kadarius Toney.
Of course,
it was
Tony. That boy Tony, and
he was up to no good.
Ollie's saying that she had to jump out the window. Just don't. And I hope David Martinez. I hope the Broncos overtake the Chiefs of the division. I do too.
I hope so too.
Listen, I gotta tell you, I'm feeling the Broncos. I'm liking this story. I still don't like Russell Wilson. I think he's a bit of a douche, and by a bit of a douche, I mean I think he's really a douche. But I'm feeling the vibe, man. I'm enjoying it. I like seeing Sean Payton on the field. The dude doesn't smile, but you could tell he kind of had that little smirk of like, yep, you could have had me.
Yeah, that little Belichick, like a little Belichick moxie,
We'll get into that.
He's angry. He's like,
we'll get into that. But before we do, of course, I have video of this. I have video of Patrick Mahomes just, being a little Nancy boy, and I'm going to show it because every single time I see it, it makes me happy. I don't know why.
Yeah, do it.
So that's it. Right, so this is what we're talking about. The little temper tantrum again by one of the former league MVP. So here we go. Play.
For Mahomes, he doesn't lose two straight.
All right, so this is really quick. This clip, and you can see here, his teammates were actually holding him back. All right, go to this video, go to YouTube, go to Super Dario World on YouTube, like, subscribe, share this video, all this stuff, and see the thumbnail that I made for this video. It's perfect. All right, it's perfect. It's the meme of the lady and the cat. And Mahomes is the lady, obviously. But all right, here we go.
For Mahomes, he doesn't lose two straight.
So he's yelling at the refs.
That's the emotions of the game. He's upset with the refs.
All right, now he goes to Josh Allen. He still complains to Josh Allen like that was a BS call. That was BS. That was a BS call. Throws his helmet on the ground. Again, like a toddler.
Obviously tough to swallow.
In the press conference.
I mean, not only for me, but just for football in general. I mean, just...
All right. So he throws a temper tantrum. Now he's hiding behind football in general. All right. He's not even owning up to it. Here's what, for those of you who don't know, and you may never be in the situation where you embarrass yourself on TV and you're the starting quarterback and all that stuff. Here's what you do. I get it. It's a sport. People get heated. You really want to win. It's a must-win game, all that stuff. Here's what you do. You go to the podium and you apologize. Like, I'm sorry. That was wrong of me. I was in the heat of the moment. This game, you take a lot of hits, and we really wanted to win this. We played really hard. I should have been better. I'm embarrassed about my behavior, and I apologize. I apologize to the Bills because they played really hard. I apologize to the refs because that was not professional of me. Sure, there's no perfect games. Sometimes we've benefited from bad calls at certain points. So in the end, it's all a wash. So I should have been better. I should have been better. That's what you do. That's what you do. You don't go there. You don't go there and do this. Hide again. You hide behind your teams in the sport in general, and he still keeps hiding. So let's continue.
To take away greatness like that, I mean,
he's hiding behind
a guy like Travis to make a play like that.
Hiding behind Travis.
And who knows if we win? But as I know, as fans, you want to see the
hiding behind the fans.
Decide the game, and that's why last week I didn't say anything about the flag.
Now he's a good guy because he didn't say anything last week.
And so I mean, they're human, man. They make mistakes, but I mean, every week we're talking about something.
All right. I've never seen a team that's benefited more from BS calls in key games than the Chiefs. All right? I'm a Chargers fan. All right? I've seen pretty much every single Chiefs game in the Mahomes era because, you try to see what your rivals do and all that stuff. And they've benefited from more BS calls than anybody else I've ever seen. Again, in key games. Perfect example. You remember the AFC Championship game when they just gave him a free third down? Like an extra third down? You didn't see Patrick Mahomes complaining then. You remember in the Super Bowl when a play a foul that hadn't been called all game suddenly gets called in a moment that basically gives them the Super Bowl. You didn't see him complain then. You were like, the refs, they should blah, blah, blah. No.
I didn't complain either because I had the Chiefs, but yeah, I get your point.
He shut the F up. And he was like, yeah, I'll take this trophy. This is a pathetic, whiny loser. And it's hysterical to me. I love it.
This is to me the biggest issue in the whole thing. Okay.
All right.
Can you put me on the full screen? Put me on the full.
All right. I'll get you the full. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll give you an image.
I like that.
All right. There you go.
This is my soapbox moment. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. The referees, the officiating in the NFL, they're terrible.
Agreed.
They have been making terrible calls for many years, and we've all seen it. And we've had the whole argument for the whole season. Man, these guys should be full-time employees. They should be trained better. Blah 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 blah. They can't be deciding games like this, like freaking throwing laundry all of a sudden. But you know how you don't fix the officiating?
How?
By punishing correct, clean calls.
Yes, agreed.
Kadarius Toney was offsides. They called him offsides. That's a clean flag.
When they hadn't called him all game, because he was offsides the entire game. So
I know, but this is my analogy. Imagine, I'm going to use myself as an example.
All right, you're an example.
I drive. Well, maybe not me. This is not Eric Gonzalez. This is Garrick Aaron.
This is Benjamin Peralta.
Benjamin Peralta here. I drive pretty fast, okay?
He drives pretty fast.
Yeah, he drives pretty fast. Another guy drives pretty fast,
P.
all right?
That Benny P. He's the fastest driver.
Yeah. Ben guy, you can never see him. He's the Flash over there.
Sure. All right.
And sometimes he goes a little bit over the speed limit.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
But he's never gotten a speeding ticket.
No.
Never.
No.
And but
in fact, he's gotten promoted because of it.
Yeah. But if Benny all of a sudden, got stopped because he's going, pretty fast above the speed limit. And the cop walked up to him and he said, "Hey, you're speeding there. I'm going to give you a ticket." He couldn't just all of a sudden say, "But dude, like I've never gotten a ticket before, and I've been speeding my whole life."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's no fucking. What kind of excuse is that? It's like you got lucky so far.
It's an entitled. The dude's entitled because again, the Chiefs have been the darlings of the NFL. He's been the face of the NFL for a very long time. He's not used to getting calls called against them. Again, in critical games, at critical moments, he's not used to it. So now that the shoe's on the other foot, you see who this man really is. All right, he's showing you who he really is. All right, he clearly no sportsmanship whatsoever. Did you see Josh Allen's face when the dude went to talk to him? He was actually trying to be nice. He was like, I don't know what he said. I don't know what Josh Allen said, but you could tell that Patrick Mahomes was like, no, it was a BS call, blah blah blah. And Allen said something like, dude, it happens. It happens in the NFL. Usually it balances out. It never ever in my life balanced out against the Chiefs until now, and he's not liking it because now he has to play by the rules that everybody else has to play. And guess what?
Which sucks.
You know what? We all know what's going on, okay? It's not the refs. He's pissed off at his wide receivers because they've dropped 30 balls. You remember, like last week, he threw a perfect pass that they dropped. It's like, what else can I do? I can't throw that ball any better. All right? And now he's offsides, and they get called for it, and the play that he ended up scoring the touchdown for gets eliminated. So he's pissed off.
I did see the best comment in that one was that Kadarius Toney was so offsides that they almost had to call a flag on the Bills for 12 men on the field.
That's a good one. So yeah, so the dude's pissed off at his team. And guess what, buddy? It's your fault. It's your fault that your team sucks. You know why? Not because of the way he plays, but because he got the biggest contract in the NFL. And now they couldn't afford Tyreek Hill, so they had to get a whole bunch of rookies. And guess what? Or Darius told me that the Giants didn't want for, I don't know what reason, maybe because he keeps dropping balls and standing off sides. You know, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but kind of like the first thing that they teach you in the NFL if you're going to be a wide receiver is where to stand. Like the first thing you need to know. Like you go over here, this is the line, and you don't.
You would assume that would be with every position.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where you're like, this is all your fault. And so lashing out at the refs is pathetic. Not apologizing at the podium is pathetic. In fact, Andy Reid, you too. Andy Reid should know better. Saying that the NFL should be embarrassed by the way they're being called. No, dude, you've been in the NFL a long time, and you know. Like, Andy Reid is no idiot. All right, you could say maybe Patrick Mahomes might be a meathead or whatever, but Andy Reid is no idiot. He knows that he's benefited a lot from a lot of questionable calls. Again, going back to the AFC Championship game, you remember when the refs tried to give them, there was a penalty, and they wanted to give the Chiefs another go at it because it was the third down, and Zach Taylor was like, "No, we're declining that. We're not taking that holding. We're declining it. It's third down. They're out. What are you doing?" So again, officiating has been leaning towards them, and now that it's on the other foot, they're pathetic little crybabies, and I love it because now everybody's hating them. Everybody.
Kind of good too, because maybe the NFL will finally start doing something now that the Kermit man over here starting to make a fuzz. What if Tay-Tay, what if she starts going on social media being, "What's up with all these refs not letting my boy Travis throw his little passes, to Kadarius man over there? What's going on?" Maybe they'll get more notoriety because it's the Chiefs.
Listen, if it ends up with that, great. The point here is pathetic loser.
The point is, this is funny.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that video. But anyway, let's go through the comments here because apparently we have a lot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, Chuck Dominguez. Hell yeah, we're one win behind the Chiefs. Dude, if you would have told me 10 weeks ago 8 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago,
5.
5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that the Broncos would be contenders to the first seed in the AFC, because they're kind of in the conversation still. Obviously, it's not likely because, the Ravens are doing okay, but they're contenders, and they have a chance of knocking down the Chiefs from winning the division. I would have said, you're crazy. Madness. Are you kidding me? Impossible. I'm holding in a sneeze. That's why I'm doing a weird face. But anyway.
Yeah, do we want to look at the playoff standings before the games, or what are we going to do here? Because there's some interesting stuff here.
Sure. Let's do it. All right.
Let's see.
Let me just put it in the big screen. By the way, I'll just keep going through the comments here. Ollie, why though? I had the urge and I did. Ollie, are you high? He's embarrassed. Lol. Poor Kermit the Frog. I had a glue stick. Smart. I'm being dragged by a demon under my bed and I'm about to die. I'm calling your mom, Ollie. I'm officially concerned. Check the Mingus. Patrick had a taste of his own medicine. Yes. And he didn't like it. Didn't like it. Dan Martinez. Imagine the Broncos catch up to the Chiefs and they have to play the Chargers to win the division. I think the Chargers would show up for that. Maybe not without Justin, though. Check the Mingus. Shit happens. LG boy, Mahomes is a crybaby. Yes. Ollie, you're not going to die. Relax. Check the Mingus. The reason why Tom Brady won so many Super Bowls is because he took pay cuts and surrounded himself with good players. He also married a woman who made more money than he did. So that helps. Ollie, I'm fighting the demons. Help. Yes, I barked at my dog. Ollie, is this a cry for attention? We can talk on the phone one day. It's fine. Relax. Don't worry about it. Don't bark at dogs. That's weird. And stop fighting demons. Anyway, let's get back to the NFL. So,
I mean, unless the demons are attacking,
All right, so
in which case, defend yourself.
We officially have 3 10-win teams so far.
And we also have the first clinch of the playoffs with the 49ers.
All right, 49ers clinch number 1 seed. By the way, how pissed off if you're the Eagles? Have you seen their schedule? It was brutal. Like, it was a brutal stretch of games. Like, they were just like, please, God, just let me die. We need a break.
Know who has a brutal schedule, too? It was the Bills, right?
Yes.
And they're doing,
Well, they're turning it around. They're turning it around. But let's just see this little stint here. But Cowboys this week, 49ers before, Bills before, Chiefs before, Cowboys before that. Then Commanders, which is a divisional game. Before that, the Dolphins, the Jets, the Rams. Honestly, that's a brutal 5 games that you had there. But
yeah.
Anyway, hopefully.
You know what's crazy? Right now, I'm looking at the AFC, NFC teams. Was it like 5 weeks ago or maybe a little more? I would have said like the AFC is clearly the stronger conference.
Well,
like no doubt.
No.
And then all of the AFC died.
Well, they lost all their quarterbacks.
They all got injured.
2 more quarterbacks fell this weekend. Justin Herbert fell, and who else lost a quarterback?
The Browns.
No, well, it's Joe Flacco. There was another team. There was 2 quarterbacks that went down this weekend. I mean, the Bengals also, he got banged up, but he came back, Browning. But who was it? Was it? Well, Trevor Lawrence. He was a question mark.
The Texans.
Oh yeah, CJ Stroud also injured. So they're just dropping like
right on the cusp of making the playoffs, dude.
Yeah, they were just dropping like flies. On the other hand, the 49ers added Chase Young to their team, which helps. The Cowboys finally stopped being stupid. The Lions, I don't know what's happening with the Lions. I don't think they can play in the cold. But yeah, so the top 2 teams in the NFC, they look legit. In the AFC,
I think the Cowboys finally deserve a good old. How about them Cowboys, huh?
How about them boys? Sure,
God damn.
Respect.
They embarrassed the Eagles.
They did. And so, on the other hand, the AFC, all right, you got the Ravens, who struggled this weekend, but still got the W. Still, a win is a win is a win. The Dolphins just lost. The Chiefs just lost. The Jaguars just lost. The Browns won somehow. the Steelers just lost, and the Colts just lost. So everybody's looking pretty vulnerable there. That's why I'm kind of feeling the Broncos. The Broncos are the one. There's a team that's on the hot streak. The Bengals are on a hot streak. I don't understand what the Bills are on a hot streak. So the teams that are
Broncos got on the upswing at the perfect moment.
Yeah,
the perfect moment.
And the division is close enough. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 teams. It's crazy. So the AFC, I think it's just everybody's closer to each other, and they're killing each other, literally. Like they're just killing each other's players. And on the other hand, the NFC is like, well, we're the only good ones, and we're just killing people over here. Because I mean, the Bengals did stomp on the 49ers.
The Bengals?
Yeah, the Bengals stomped the 49ers.
Oh, when they had Burrow.
Yeah. So
also, one thing that I just saw is like, wow, second team to be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. The New England Patriots.
Really? Wow.
Before the Jets.
Wow. Oh, he's not going to be happy about that.
Before the Cardinals.
Dude.
Before the Bears. Before the Chargers.
Yeah, that's... Wow.
Oof.
By the way, the Chargers are not eliminated yet, but they're basically eliminated. I mean...
Yeah, they're done in my mind.
In my heart too. Anyway, let's go break down the games. So let's get started. Before we do that, just real quick, WTF, a Crybaby. Why is Staley still head coach? I just don't get it. Shaking my head. The theory
is that they have a short week, so what the hell? Because they play on Thursday.
Listen, we'll get into that, man. You think you're not gonna get some Brandon Staley hate on this podcast? You think I'm just gonna be like, screw that guy, I got nothing to say? I got a lot to say about a lot of things.
Yeah, we live off this shit, man.
Yeah. All right. Do you know the sixth the intruder? I do not. I have no idea what you're talking about. But let's continue. Let's get started. Thursday night football. Boring as hell game. But ended up kind of shocking that the Patriots managed to squeak out a victory from the Steelers. What the hell are the Steelers, man? What the hell are the Steelers?
The most any given Sunday week that so far?
I think so. Yeah, particularly in the AFC. But the Steelers just lost to the Patriots and to the Cardinals. Two teams that had only won 2 games up to that point. It's what are they? What are they? What's their excuse?
They're bad.
Sure. So if we go back,
they're about to be removed from the playoffs by the Broncos and the Texans.
Yeah, if we go to the playoff picture, I think
and the Bengals.
Steelers are dead. I think the Steelers are dead for sure. The Texans.
Yeah, I don't know how their schedule is.
Yeah, the Texans. It 100% depends on CJ Stroud's injury and how bad it is. Which, if you can look up while we're doing this, it'd be great.
CJ, he had a concussion, so I think he should be okay.
All right, so let's see.
But the freaking Jake Browning guy, he's playing good. Freaking
we'll get to them. We'll get to them, man. We'll get to them.
Well, I'm just saying,
Calm down,
because I got the list here.
Oh, sure. All right, next we got the Jets killing the Texans. My boy CJ Stroud. What the hell? Did Zach Wilson need to be benched 1 week and then then a play and then he'll come super motivated? Does he need to play in the rain? What the hell?
Listen, Zach Wilson, he's just like me, okay?
But okay. Right?
He likes MILFs, and he needs like a week off from work like every couple of weeks.
First off, saying you like MILFs is it's redundant, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen.
And sometimes you need a break.
Do they still have a shot?
The Jets are known for killing quarterbacks.
That is true. It is
including their own,
especially on that field. So, I mean, the Jets are mathematically not eliminated, but they're kind of done. However, you can't sleep on them.
What is their path?
They need to win out.
That for sure.
Yeah, that's that's the only path.
Everybody else lose.
Yeah, I mean they're 5-8. So if you make it to what is it? They still have 4 games left. If you make it to 9, maybe. But here's their path.
There's 4 teams on the hunt that are 7-6.
Yeah, and they're up against the Dolphins next week. So
yeah.
So the only one that they could maybe take out would be the Browns, because they actually play the Browns which would give them the tiebreaker. But and I think
and maybe the Bills, because they beat the Bills.
That's true. No, but then the Bills beat them. I don't know, but I think they're
No, 'cause
mathematically eliminated.
Have they played the second one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think they're mathematically eliminated, but still, showing signs of life, I guess. Next, we got talking about signs of life. Dude, the LA Rams played super hard. Like, I don't think the Ravens were prepared for how hard this game was going to be. At the end, again, they managed to squeak out a victory. Like, the second half, they woke up. But, dude, for a minute there, it looked like the Rams, with a bunch of nobodies, were about to take down the Ravens. Like, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with
the Ravens.
What?
The Ravens are the number one seed in the AFC, and I feel like nobody's talking about them. I feel like nobody's talked about them a lot the entire season.
Really?
Yeah, like all the conversations are usually, the Chiefs and, how the 49ers doing and the Eagles, all those guys. But I feel like it very rarely talked about the Ravens, other than they're lucky that in the freaking AFC North, Civil War, Lamar was the only one to come out unscathed.
So far.
But hot damn.
Yeah, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't know. I hadn't really considered it, but
it's just.
I guess it's because
we just have them in our head as a team that's just always good and they just win.
Yeah, it's a good franchise, a good organization. They've been doing good for a really long time. But I don't know. Next, you got the Saints just stomping on the Panthers. So the Saints now are contenders. Well, I mean, that division, anybody's a contender. Like, I think the Panthers are the only ones who are eliminated. Everybody else can still.
The Packers are in the playoffs at 6-7.
Yeah, that's a weak conference. Next, you got the Bengals beating the freaking Colts. Dude, that Browning kid. I was in the fantasy football league. My quarterback got injured. Well, my third quarterback got injured because I don't know.
So did mine.
Dude, I don't know if you know this. I had Joe Burrow, I had Anthony Richardson, then Trevor Lawrence, and I was like, I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play. So I was considering picking up Browning. At the end of it, I decided against it because I didn't want to lose other players. And I was like, even if I lose this week, I'm already in the playoffs. So who cares about getting a bye week? By the way,
also, you can't do that to Cincinnati. You already killed one of their quarterbacks.
That's fair. But I was like, Browning did all these points against a team that doesn't have a defense. The Colts, they're going to bring him back down to earth. The Colts did not bring him back down to earth. And so
they played terrible.
Was it that the Colts played terrible, or is it that this dude's for real?
Well, no, because the Colts played terrible on offense, too. They just did not show up whatsoever.
All right. Fair enough. By the way, did you win your fantasy game? I didn't even check.
No, I don't think it was possible.
I don't know how I won. Honestly, I thought I was dead in the water. But I managed to win it. So you got
the bye week too?
I got a bye week.
Hey, look at us. We got the bye week.
We're winners. Yay.
Yeah, I'm number 1, so I'm better.
You only got lucky because the week that we played is the week that my quarterback and my tight end died.
Yeah, well, Justin Herbert just died for me, so I got to figure out something.
Get that Browning kid. Oh, no, I'm going to steal him from you. But yeah, no, it was a rough week. One of my best wide receivers, Nico Collins, went down in like the first quarter. Who else? Lawrence didn't do much. I don't know. Point is,
you know what? It was my fault. I already had the number 1 seed clenched, so I should have benched Herbie so he didn't get hurt.
You should have. Yeah. You know who I went up against? The Saints defense, who made 21 points. Freaking Deebo Samuel, who just went off, and Christian McCaffrey.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I still managed to squeak out a victory. But whatever. Anyway, I don't think anybody cares about our fantasy teams. But let's continue. So the Bengals are alive and kicking, man. If they continue on this roll, let me just see their schedule real quick, because we checked it out last week. It seemed difficult but doable. They got the Vikings, the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Browns. Tough games. One easily winnable. Depends how you look at the Steelers. I think it's also winnable. Chiefs, they're not buttoned up, man. They're not buttoned up. And the Browns then...
And the refs are starting to shake it off.
Ooh. So I'd prefer to see the Bengals, is my point. Next, we got the Falcons against the... Oh, wait, no, this is wrong. No, it is the right one. Yeah. Falcons against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers take that one. I didn't watch
Stay
this
with me.
game. Fuck the Falcons.
Fuck the Falcons.
Yeah. I didn't watch this game. I didn't care. Next, we have the Jaguars playing against the Browns. This was a bizarre game. The Jaguars almost took it at the end. Joe Flacco was playing like an MVP. It was, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I was watching. I just remember being like, score more points, you stupid idiot. Stop doing turnovers. Everybody did turnovers like crazy.
Wasn't it a bit of a fever dream to see Joe Flacco?
Yes. In a Browns uniform.
Like, what's going on?
Like, if you're a Browns fan, do you feel kind of dirty? It's like, oh man, I hated that guy. And now he's one of us. One of us. By the way, I sound terrible because I think I have a flu. The flu.
Ugh.
Yeah, I actually, I'm dying.
That's disgusting, man.
Yeah. Next, we got the Lions just being embarrassed by the Bears. Can Jared Goff not play in the cold? Like, is that the problem? Because they look
Isn't
terrible.
Detroit kind of cold? Well, it is.
But
It
it's
is
a dome.
closed, isn't it?
It's a
Yeah,
dome.
It's a dome.
Yeah. So does he just shrivel up?
Is that why Detroit always loses in December?
Maybe. I mean, those dudes really need to win that division so that at least they have one home game in the playoffs. And then maybe they'll go and play in California. So it's not as terrible. But
Well, Goff playing in California didn't go too well last time.
true. But I'd be concerned if I'm a Lions fan. Next, you got
I don't know what it is. It feels like they're one of those teams that are, they kind of let go of the gas, and they're starting to regress.
Yeah, they're getting tired, or the Bears got better, which is also possible. So who knows?
Well,
Next,
there's a thing that the coach there is like fighting for his life. So
true. You would think that would make a coach better.
No,
But,
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Next, you got the 49ers just stomping on the Seahawks. What another team that just going heading the wrong direction really, really quickly.
Well, I mean, they didn't have Geno, right?
Yeah, but still. I mean, not having Geno is no excuse for having the 49ers drop over 500 yards of offense on you. And
Do I need to go over the 49ers roster again with you?
no. But we'll give you this.
These guys are killers.
Brock Purdy is playing like an MVP. Like Mr. Relevant is looking like an MVP at this point. Mainly because
undesirable to undeniable.
not only is he playing phenomenal, but everybody else is kind of having a bad season. In my opinion. But let's continue. Next, we have the Vikings against the Raiders in what, Chuck, you called it, the most boring game I've ever watched. Like, this was... I've seen soccer games with bigger scores than this. Like only one field goal the entire freaking game.
Has there ever been a game where it was just one safety and that's it?
I don't think so.
Because that's mathematically the lowest score possible in football, right?
Sure, I think so. Yeah.
This game fucking sucked.
Dude, the highlights are like 30 seconds long. It's just that field goal. That's it.
There's a highlight.
Yeah, the field goal.
The highlight is hallelujah. It ended.
Check Dominguez says F to Seahawks. Next.
Sure.
All right. Now we're going to get into it. Our boy Herbie going down. Chargers getting stomped by the Broncos. So, fun fact. I don't know if you know this, Eric. Do you know who the offensive coordinator for the Chargers is?
Yeah, the offensive coordinator is for the Chargers is Kellen Moore.
Yes. Do you know how he ended up being the offensive coordinator for the Chargers?
I don't.
Well,
but I would assume he got let go from some other team.
Sure, from the Cowboys. But the reason why he got that job is because the job was open. Because they fired the previous offensive coordinator.
Lombardi.
Do you know where Lombardi ended up working?
Is this one of those dramatic irony things?
Yep. It's one of those dramatic irony things.
Did he go to the Denver Broncos?
Yep. He went to the Denver Broncos with
the team that defeated the Chargers this week.
Yes. The team with the head coach that was drooling over the opportunity to become the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. That very man. The man who will probably, not probably, he should win the best head coach of the year for what he's done to that organization and turning his season around. The man who's made me actually not hate the Broncos this season because it's so impressive what the turnaround they've done. The team, and not only that, not only was it the guy that you fired and just completely whooped you, and not only is it the guy who should have had your job, just got to embarrass you and all that stuff, they took down your franchise QB, and you're gonna see him again in a couple of weeks. So if this was not like just a franchise season ender, I don't know what was. And honestly, I loved it. It was great. It's divine justice. And this is the perfect example. There's an expression in Spanish, right? There's an expression in Spanish and it goes, lo barato sale caro, which means cheap things end up being more expensive. This is the perfect example. The Spanoses didn't want to pay Sean Payton a whole buttload of money because, he's Sean Payton. He won a Super Bowl. He's kind of a good head coach. So they cheaped out and they stayed with Brandon Staley because, they still had him under contract or whatever. And to save that money, their franchise is now in the toilet because they hired all the Brandon Staley guys and now they don't have any money. And they've wasted Justin Herbert's rookie contract. And so the franchise is now in the toilet. I don't see how they get out of this one, to be honest, because they got to pay a whole bunch of players and they spent the majority of their salary on Justin Herbert. So what are you going to do? You can't keep Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. You have to pick one, and it's probably going to be Keenan Allen because he's on the field. You can't keep just Austin Eckler anymore. You probably have to get rid of Khalil Mack. In fact, you know what? Khalil Mack, get the fuck out of Dodge. Joey Bosa, I don't think he's going to stay there, and he shouldn't. Nobody should stay there. Nobody should stay. They should all leave because it's a loser franchise. And they're done. This was their only window. And now, to save pennies, they're losing millions. And I love it. I love it. The franchise is dying, and I'm loving it. Because this means that the Spanos suffer. Sure, the fans suffer, but now I've turned it around. I actually like it.
We're used to suffering.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying that suffering. It's great. It's phenomenal.
Spanos now gets to feel what it's like to be a Chargers fan.
Sure. And this is all what happens when, a couple of daddy's boys want to run the family business, but they're a bunch of idiots, right? And they make dumbass decisions. And now the only thing I can think of, and I actually mentioned this, the only reason why I would even ever consider going back to a Charger game is if they actually hire somebody who is respectable. If they keep going, trying to find that, needle in the haystack, that diamond in the rough, I'm not going to give them any money. If they actually take a risk and offer, say, a Jim Harbaugh something to pull him away from Michigan, let's say a Bill Belichick, the dangling a carrot there, see if you can bring him in and maybe fix the franchise, I'll consider it because it shows you that they're trying to take this seriously. If they don't, then fuck them because they're losers and they want to continue being losers. And honestly, I'll just enjoy watching them lose. The Chargers will be my team because I'm going to enjoy watching them lose. So I don't know how do you feel about it?
Me and my dad are already considering buying 49ers jerseys.
What player?
No, I don't care. We got to break the curse.
Oh, you want to bring the 49ers down. That's what you want to do.
No, the purpose of, family and stuff like that, you got to get rid of the curses that you carry,
Uh-huh.
So I'm not passing on the Chargers curse to the next generation.
Never.
I can't do it.
You don't.
You know how they say this world is too evil to bring children into it. And it's like, I don't know about that, but it's definitely
too bad.
Too evil. You don't want to bring more Chargers fans into the world because that's just misery.
You see, here's the thing, because I did consider, changing teams and all that stuff. And I'm like, all right, if I'm going to pick a team.
Kirby made it impossible.
I know, I get it. Yes, I understand. But if I'm going to pick a team, it's going to be a team that I want to go watch play. So it's got to be in a place where I think is cool to visit. I don't want to go to San Francisco.
That's good. They're not in San Francisco.
I don't want to go to Santa Clara. All right.
I'd rather go to Santa Clara than San Francisco.
I mean, of course. Would you rather go to hell or the Quickie Mart? Come on. So I would not. I'm not. Also, it feels kind of like cheating. So I was like considering maybe the Bengals. I like the Bengals.
I was hoping.
But
you don't want to go. You don't want to go to Cincinnati.
Exactly. I don't want to go to Cincinnati. On the
I
other
was
hand,
hoping the Titans would become good.
Yeah. But they don't have a QB. But I mean, they did win today. They beat the Dolphins. I was also considering
Herbie to go to Tennessee.
I was also considering the Dolphins, but I hate Tyreek Hill, and I'm like, I don't like the Dolphins. I like Miami. I don't like the Dolphins. So it's been a whole thing. All right, I like the Jets, but I hate New York. Like, I don't want to go to New York. So,
I want Herbie to go to Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Oh,
yeah. Go
also,
there.
Here's something that's interesting, and you need to throw this into the mix. There's probably going to be like 10 head coaching jobs open at the end of the season because Staley's the hell out of there. The Panthers is open. The Raiders is open. Nobody wants the Panthers job, so they're probably going to end up scraping the bottom of the barrel for that one.
Yeah, right now they have interim head coaches, so it's going to be
the Bills might be open. It all depends on how things turn out in the rest of the season. Like if they go all the way, Sean McDermott might save his job. But
they're starting to win. They're starting to get their shit together. They just beat the Chiefs. They're probably going to make the playoffs.
But there was a lot of controversial stuff that came out, so I don't know. The Titans,
something about 9/11. That was weird.
Yeah. The Titans, question mark. Vikings, somewhat of a question mark. Bears, for sure, are finding somebody else. The Patriots, they're probably moving on from Bill Belichick. The Saints, maybe moving on.
Keep in mind, you get rid of Belichick, you also get rid of your GM. So...
I mean,
it's tough.
There's teams who wouldn't mind just to have Bill Belichick there. So the Steelers might also be another team that moves on. So it's there's going to be quite a few openings. And so you're going to be competing for let's say the prime candidates. And the prime candidates right now, well, let's say right now, the prime candidate to be a head coach in the NFL is Jim Harbaugh. Because he's been there before. He went to the Super Bowl. And now he's got his team, his college team, in the as the number one seed in the playoffs. So he's the number one contender. If it turns out that Bill Belichick also is a free agent, then
he's gonna get signed. Yeah,
and then it's debatable between which one of those two. So, I mean, are the Chargers gonna be contenders? Well, listen, the Chargers, out of all the teams that I mentioned, the sexiest position for a head coach is the Chargers, simply because of Justin Herbert. Because they have that commodity. They're like, I don't have to draft the kid. I already have a for sure franchise guy that they just
got to build around him.
Got to build around him. That's it. Everybody else is kind of like a coin toss. Like you can draft really high if you're the Raiders, but who are you? Like it's not
like the Panthers. You don't want to go to the Panthers.
No, it's not a guarantee.
They don't have their guy.
The Bears, are you going to keep Justin Fields or are you going to get somebody else? The Falcons. So let me just go through these comments real quick. Hey, Dario and Eric, how that Big D tastes like? He's asking you, Eric.
He asked you first.
Well, I like I said, I took it with a smile. The Chargers need to take lessons from porn stars so they can stop choking. No, this wasn't choking. This was complete and total humiliation. Like they never stood a chance.
Choking is when you lose it, like at the end, like you're winning and then you lost.
They were
never winning.
They were never even close. Never. They scored a touchdown in garbage time. They haven't scored a touchdown in 7 quarters. And so this also brings up another thing. You remember how I said, let's just test out this Kellen Moore guy because I'm not convinced, because I don't like how the offense is playing yet. I like him less and less. So if he ends up being the head coach, let's just kick the tires on him. Let's just dump Staley now, kick the tires on Kellen Moore, see what's up, because at least now we know what he is. Because right now, the thing that he looks like is not a very good offensive coordinator. Not very good. Let me remind you one thing. Let me remind you one thing.
Yeah.
This is the Broncos defense that almost got 70 points dropped on them. It's the
Not
same team.
almost.
It was it 70? Oh, well, almost had like historic numbers of broke the record of how many points they got dropped on them. It's the same crew, the same coach, the same everything. Now they've been playing better, but it's still them. And you couldn't, I don't know, watch the tape on that one? See what the freaking Dolphins did? No, because they're losers. Chargers losers. They keep losing. And I love it now. Anyway.
Yeah, and what I was saying is I'm not entirely soured on Kellen Moore like 100%. I'm like 70% soured on him.
The problem is 100% Brandon Staley. Because the players quit.
The team themselves, they don't believe they can win.
Well, yeah.
Like, they know they're even if they make it to the playoffs, they're not gonna make it because of Staley.
Dude, the players have already quit on him. They've quit. All right, if you're not named Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, and Justin Herbert, you're not giving 110%. I don't see the defense playing at a high level. I don't see every single player not named Khalil Mack has regressed under this man. Every single one except Khalil Mack. And
Keenan's also putting up crazy points.
And the punter. That dude's okay. He's been
pretty good.
Yeah, the special teams is doing fine. So everybody's regressing. And you know what this son of a bitch said at the podium? You know what this son of a bitch said?
I don't.
Actually, I'll find the video because it's actually pretty funny. I'm enjoying this whole breaking down, Brandon Staley videos.
I'm glad that the rest of the NFL world has finally, gotten on that Staley hate train.
No, it's making fun of the Chargers.
It's good ASMR for me.
Sure. Let me just.
What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to.
Ready to give an update on.
It was around. It's around here.
And try and put a good plan together for Las Vegas.
Right, there's going to be a lot of speculation now about your job. How do you compartmentalize that and not pay
Can you hear?
Yeah, I'm just focused on getting ready for Las Vegas. That's what we're, I've got a team that's hurting in there.
All right, I got to pause it again so that we don't have issues with the stream and it gets dropped down and all that stuff. So we'll do a little bit of filler. Spanos is too cheap. Come join the Broncos. That's right. We turned the season around. You did. Derwin James isn't the same. He is not.
And so we got to rally. We got to make sure that we get a good 2 days of practice before we travel and get ready to play a division game. So, I'm focused on doing my job well, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Has this stretch been the most challenging since you've been head coach here?
Has this stretch been the most challenging since you've been head coach here? I think this is the question. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pausing it just so that we don't have issues with the stream. But here we go.
For you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it has been. Just because you know the type of games that you've been in, the fights that you've been in, you see how other teams are doing in the league and how we've competed, but we haven't been able to knock them down. And like I've told you guys, I take full responsibility. But yeah, it's been a tough stretch, but we're not going anywhere. We're going to bounce back, and we're going to be ready for Las Vegas.
Where are you at? How do you...
Damn it, he didn't. Okay, maybe it's this one. There's a lot of questions. I'm sorry, I apologize. But right, let's hopefully it's this one.
You navigate, I guess, being confident, because all year when we talk to you,
Oh,
say,
yeah, this is the question.
We're close, and you said look around the league, look at other teams. I guess how do you assess yourself moving forward and how you are as a coach?
How do you assess yourself moving on as a coach? Basically, it's a way of saying, how do you look at yourself in your mirror when you suck so much? All right, how do you not just smash your head against it? Let's continue.
When you take your ayahuasca trip later on, what demons are gonna come to you?
All right, here we go. Are you ready? Honestly, I'm gonna be just looking at your face.
Okay, hit me.
Yeah, I think every time I go out, I get better at this job. Every single day, I get better, and that's what gives me the confidence. And
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that at all.
the balls on that man! Jesus Christ! How does he walk around with those things? The cojones!
I can't be mad at that answer. Honestly, at this point, he's giving us a middle finger. He's giving everybody a middle finger.
Dude,
I think I'm phenomenal. Actually,
I'm the best. I
am the hottest shit around, man.
Listen, I get the confidence question because I am just so awesome that maybe I take myself for granted. And so I need to remind myself that, no, yeah, you are that awesome. You are doing better. Like,
No, dude. So I'm like, you know Kirby in Super Smash Brothers, man. I'm
okay.
like Kirby, man. I'm so talented. I absorb other people's talents.
Listen,
So I actually make people around me worse because I'm so good.
I am so good that everybody's letting me down because I'm confident in what I do. I've gotten better. Like every single game. Every single time. That's why my record keeps getting better and better. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the balls on this. This is the definition of delusional. Like freaking delusional.
Diggity dog.
How?
I did not expect that.
No. Like, when I heard it, I was like, the fuck? Please tell me somebody followed up. Like, they didn't.
But remember, he takes full responsibility, so it's fine.
Oh, okay, right, it's fine, sure. So, I mean, this is an easy follow-up. It's like, so you think you've gotten better and your record's gotten worse? Or how's your record gotten worse then, if you've gotten better as a head coach? That's an easy follow-up, and they don't do it. Maybe it's because
I wouldn't be surprised that they're too busy laughing.
Like, yeah, there was so much
too
shock.
taken aback. It's like, oh,
they're just like, but fine. This man's a clown. He's perfect for a clown franchise. Clearly, the balls. Chuck Dominguez, basically saying I'm great with a sorry ass team. Yep, he's getting worse every game. What the fuck is he talking about, G-boy? I don't know. It's crazy. It's madness. How is this man not fired? I don't know. Again, he's so lucky. He's so lucky because now he can say, oh, well, it's because Justin got injured. It's not that I suck. It's that Justin got injured. And by the way,
great before.
By the way, 90% his fault that Justin got injured. Because let's say not only was the O-line terrible and all that stuff, and he's supposed to be coaching him or whatever. You remember when did you watch the game?
Yes.
Early on in the game, they got a turnover in Denver territory. And they, instead of going for an easy field goal, they went for it on 4th down and nothing happened, right? Because to be aggressive. Again, this man knows shit about analytics, all right? He just thinks that it means that, oh, you can do it, blah, blah. Just if you're there, you should do it. It's like, no. It means that after you move the ball down the field and the defense is tired. Not when they're not the start of the fucking game. But anyway.
Maybe he thinks statistics are like Pokemon moves. Where it's like, I mean, flamethrower has like 95 accuracy, bro. Like it should always work, right?
That's a grass type, so it should do double damage. And it's my natural thing, so it should be 0.5 extra. So
we're electric types and we're attacking the Broncos. So they look like they should be like flying, right?
I think they're normal.
Yeah, but they should get paralyzed at the very least. Yeah.
Sure, definitely. So instead of going there and having 3 points and getting that kind of out of your system, like, all right, we're on the board. They start getting a little bit desperate because they have issues moving the ball. And when you have issues moving the ball, you maybe try to do a little bit more than you should have, which maybe leads to potential injuries, breaking your finger on the other hand. So is it 100% his fault? Clearly not. It happens. It's a violent game and all that stuff. But
the game.
Your stupid ass decision put your players in the position where they feel like they need to do more than they should because they got no points on the board. And again, Denver scored on you because, again, it changed the dynamic of the game completely. The momentum completely shifted. Instead of you having the momentum, they had the momentum. And so I'm blaming him. But yeah, the cojones on this man. Madness.
Honestly, I'm kind of liking it.
Of course, because you don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's like it's watching a car crash.
Well, I don't know.
Like you can't look away.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm trying to figure it out. Because I am enjoying watching this. Because, I don't know. It's like seeing somebody who's fucked up this badly, trying to see how they spin it. It's just so pathetic. It's enjoyable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Like, I kind of like it, not gonna lie.
All right,
Look, I gave up on the season. The season's done.
Dude,
it's over.
dude.
Might as well enjoy the chaos.
Let me see. When did I load the video that the season's done? Let me just check this real quick.
Let's see. Oh, is that the one where it made the thumbnail with them in the grave?
Yeah. Week 8.
that-
I called it in week 8. That's 6 weeks ago. I called that the season was over.
I'm pretty happy with that thumbnail.
You did a good job. It was very respectable.
Thank you.
What else can I say? Denver's fun to watch. I'll give you that. It's been enjoyable. It's been a fun ride. I did not see it coming. Maybe that's what makes it even more impressive. But good on you guys. You got Sean Payton. Sean Payton turned around. Russell Wilson, turns out that Dinkin and Duncan works for them. So
You know what? Let's give Chuck a little lip service.
I actually kind of want to move on from this because again,
but just real quick.
I'm sick. I want to go to bed.
Just imagine.
I want to go to sleep.
Because this is realistic. This is a realistic possibility.
Sleepy
now.
bye. What's up?
The Broncos win the Super Bowl. In the season that they went 20-70 against the Dolphins. Can you imagine that fucking film?
Do you believe in magic? No. Freaking a guy out of retirement. Some loser QB was washed up. This is the replacements, man, basically. No, yeah, that'd be a great movie.
Imagine.
No, that honestly, that's a great script. I like that storyline. Unfortunately, I don't see them going through the 49ers. I don't see anybody going through the 49ers right now. But
honestly, I think they would choke against the Dolphins just because of the memories.
All right. AFC Championship game. Dolphins Broncos.
Oh no.
Can you imagine that the Dolphins break the record on that one?
You know what would make me the happiest about that is that the Chiefs are not there.
Didn't I teach you this lesson already, old man?
I taught you this lesson, old man.
How many times do we need to teach you this lesson?
They drop 100 on the motherfucker.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. They honestly, it's respectable. But let's continue.
Yeah.
You got the Buffalo Bills beating the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Honestly, the Bills, they're doing better. They still need to throw the ball down the ball. The reason why they're successful is because Josh Allen is just phenomenal. There was a throw where I think he was falling backwards and he kind of just threw it to the side 30 yards, like just with his wrist alone. And Latavius Murray caught it and then he fumbled it and they recovered. But it's one of the craziest shots I've ever seen. So it's one of those things like your game plan sucks, but Josh Allen is just so freaking phenomenal that you're actually getting away with it. Honestly, the Buffalo Bills need to get rid of Sean McDermott. They need to get somebody else. In fact, if they get rid of Sean McDermott, I think that the Buffalo Bills are the most likely contenders to get Jim Harbaugh. Because again, same logic as the Los Angeles Chargers. You have Josh Allen. All right.
You want to coach Josh Allen.
You want to coach Josh Allen. And so if
also, am I crazy or did Jim Harbaugh coach when he had Kaepernick?
Yes.
And they went to the Super Bowl, so
with Colin Kaepernick.
He clearly likes his mobile QBs.
Well, it's more of a, this is what I have, and I'm going to do something with it. Mike Tomlin's very similar. All right, Bill Belichick's very similar. It's like, this is what I have. I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to try to put him in the best position. And so, or position to win. So, honestly, it's kind of sucks. Like, I wish that the Bills would do better, but they need to move on in head coach. They're just really talented, and that's why they're still winning. So,
I just hope they can eliminate the Chiefs from the playoffs.
That'd be fun. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys just stomping on the Eagles. So the
Eagles are fake.
They've been embarrassed back to back. It was painful to watch, or them boys are for real. Who knows? But we got the DeVito man beating the Packers. The Packers who just beat the Kansas City Chiefs too. So are the Giants for real? Are the Packers not for real? What the hell is going on? Also, is AJ Dillon injured? Because I think he is, and he's running back. So all my players just keep dropping like flies, man.
Just drop out already. You're killing people.
I know.
You're gonna murder a man.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be this way. But
Agreed.
The hubris. But
I don't think the Giants are for real at all.
Okay.
I just think it's still Jordan Love's first year. Honestly, they've kind of gotten it together a little bit, but they're still not a full team. But I think at this point, the Packers should be pretty comfortable with saying Jordan Love is probably going to be the starter going forwards, you know? Because at the first half of the season was not looking good for old Jordan.
No. But, they turned around. Next, we got the shocker of the weekend. Probably the Tennessee Titans beating the Miami Dolphins in Miami, which is crazy because I thought the Titans were eliminated already. But turns out that boy D-Hop, he good. He made one of the craziest catches of his career. And 50% of his career has been crazy ass catches. Check out the highlights. I think it's close to the end of the first half. He's falling down and he catches the ball while he's falling down. It's crazy. It's nuts. And then, they got Derrick Henry, who's also kind of pretty good.
He's all right.
Yeah. So, can the Titans make a run for it? Eric? What do you think? You want to hear their schedule?
Well, I'm looking at the conference. They're at the bottom of their division.
Yep.
No.
Here's their schedule. They got Texans, Seahawks, Texans, Jaguars. I mean,
it's mostly division games.
And CJ Stroud will probably not play for the first one.
Yeah, No, I don't believe.
You don't believe?
No, I don't believe.
All right, fair enough. I mean, they were looking pretty good, but whatever.
I just put them in the playoffs, didn't I?
Yeah, of course you did. Anyway, let's just get into our picks again. I really want to end this podcast because I'm kind of dying. But let's get started. Dude, it sucks. It sucks. Because
You needed to give shit to Staley. I get it, man.
Yes.
That's what the people tune in for.
Really? Is that why people follow me?
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, obviously, because nobody... If it hadn't been for this podcast, nobody would have seen the press conference because nobody cares.
I mean, probably. I'm just here because you text me and it's like, oh, you want to do a podcast? Oh, shit, I guess I'm here. Let's talk about Mr. Staley.
Fair enough. All right. Thursday night football, Chargers versus Raiders. Eric.
Oh, boy.
Who do you like?
Who do I like? Jesus Christ, man.
Yes. The battle of the backup QBs.
Garoppolo still out?
Isn't an O'Connell dude playing? I don't know. I didn't watch the game. I told you I saw the highlight reel. It was just one play.
Raiders scored 0, man.
I know.
Where are they playing?
In LA, I think. Just double check. Which is advantage. Wherever they play, it's Advantage Raiders.
I know.
But it's actually okay. It's in Vegas. Yeah, my bad. I actually wanted to go to this game.
Raiders.
I agree.
Yeah.
Give me the Raiders. I'm gonna go throw up now. I'm gonna go throw up.
Oh wait, it is in Las Vegas. Yeah.
God picked away. So I don't know what to say. Next, we got the Vikings visiting the Bengals. Give me the Bengals, baby. That Browning boy, he good. That Browning boy, he good. He the truth. So yeah, give me.
I want the kitty cats on this one.
Meow. God picked home. All right. Next,
all right.
We got the Steelers visiting the Colts. So the Colts, I'm just
excited
lost.
About this game.
Why?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not sarcastic enough?
No, you weren't. It actually sounded like you were a little excited. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this loser? Yeah. You go first. Thank God. By the way, how are the numbers? You didn't even tell me the numbers.
Oh, the numbers? You want to know the numbers?
No, you're too happy. No, you're too happy.
The numbers on our league?
I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. By the way, did you see that in the Family League? I'm in second place now. turned this
that's actually kind of crazy.
I turned the season around, baby. I was in last place, and I turned it around, baby. In freaking fantasy football, I'm in second place too. So I'm number 2 everywhere. Number
You're
2,
an
Dario.
eternal number 2.
I'm the biggest number 2 around. Hell's freaking
That's
yeah.
what I've said my whole life.
Woo! Anyway, continue.
But in number 1, it's me. I have overtaken Mr. Chuck Becerra.
Chuck went down?
Oh no, Gus Becerra. I mixed Chuck with Gus.
Chuck, wait.
Gus had a horrendous week.
Did you guys get married? When did you invite me to the wedding, man? I would have come.
I would have gone.
Congratulations. Is that what you meant by going hunting?
Anyway, I don't know, but no, he couldn't have married Chuck because he went for the Chargers. That's where he went wrong.
Oh.
Gus, come on, man.
Gus, come on, man.
Yeah. In number 2 now is I'm in number 1 at 125.
Okay.
Gus is at 123.
Ooh.
Dario's at number 3 with 118.
Oof, I had a really bad week.
Yeah. That guy, he's at 117.
Oh, son of a bitch! That guy's catching up.
Catching up. David Martinez at 114, and God with a measly 90.
Loser. All right, so I gotta make moves. So you pick whoever you pick. I'm picking the other one.
I am going with. Jesus, man, this sucks.
Yep.
I feel like the Colts have to play better now, just because they're at home, honestly.
All right, give me the Steelers.
Yep.
I don't want them. I actually wanted the Colts, but whatever. Next, probably the game that I'm most excited to watch. Probably. The Broncos visiting the Lions. So we're going to see who's for real and who's not. All right? Because the Lions are playing at home. They're playing a nice little dome. The Broncos are playing somebody who's not the Chargers. So we'll see how this goes, but it should be exciting. Who do I like? Do I like the Lions? Do I like the Broncos? Give me the Lions! Give me the Lions,
like the
baby!
Lions?
Give me the Lions! Yeah, actually, I like them, but I think you're gonna pick the Broncos, so it's
I am gonna pick the Denver Broncos.
I knew it!
I'm gonna go with the hottest team on the NFL right now.
I made my move! All right, so yeah, I took that risk. Next, we got the New York Football Giants visiting New Orleans and the Saints. Eric, who do you like?
Home team.
All right, fair enough. Give me the Giants. No.
Alrighty.
No. I'm picking the Saints. Yeah, I
Giants
agree.
is too far.
Yeah, I mean, that Saints defense is really good. So, and at home they are a different team. So I'm gonna stay there.
Yeah.
Let me see. Fuck if they do, I'll cry. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, this is Chuck Dominguez. I'm guessing it has to do with the Super Bowl. Imagine if Broncos breaking the high score record against the Dolphins. That would honestly, that would be like the bow on top, like the star at the top of the tree for that particular storyline. So it would be funny. Next, we got the Bears visiting the Browns, a team that's going up and a team that just got an MVP caliber quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Browns. Give me the Browns.
I'm going to go with elite Joe Flacco, my friend.
Yeah.
That's who I'm going with. I ride with him.
All right. Next.
Former Super Bowl winner, Joe Flacco.
We got two teams that have never won a Super Bowl. Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons. Both of them lost.
With heartbreak losses, yeah.
Yep. One more than the other. Do you even want to say it, or should I go first?
I mean, I'm taking the Falcons over the fucking Panthers.
Damn it. Yeah, give me the Falcons, too. By the way, we haven't done God. Do we do Steelers Colts?
We can just do the God ones after.
Let's just do them now. Steelers Colts. Away. Broncos Lions. Away. Giants Saints. Home. Bears Browns. Home. Falcons Panthers. Away. All right, let's continue. We got
one of these weeks we should just give God like all of them correct, and let's see if our luck changes. Because he's not going to catch up anyways. You know what I mean?
You mean just give them all the points?
For that week.
Okay.
Just give them all of the correct ones,
Okay.
and then let's see if our luck changes.
So you
It's
mean
gotta be
like
good karma, right?
okay? You're talking like a karma thing. I was like, I don't see how. But how would we know which ones are all the correct? I'm confused.
After the games.
I'm very confused. But anyway, Buccaneers versus Packers. Give me the Buccaneers. No logic here. In fact, I'm going against my own rule because I usually take teams at home, but I made a guess of what Eric's gonna pick.
I mean, I could just block you, but I think I honestly believe in the Packers more at home.
Yeah, I figured. There you go. Next, home. Got picked home. Next, we got the Jets visiting the Miami Dolphins. Just got embarrassed. By the way, we got Saturday. I forgot to mention we got Saturday games. So it's the Vikings, Steelers, and Broncos playing on Saturday. Everything else is Sunday. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jets visiting Dolphins. You go first.
Yeah, the Dolphins. Bounce back.
Will Zach Wilson play at Zach Wilson's
Does it matter?
level again? What? No, I mean at the level that he played.
Well, they're not playing in MetLife Stadium, so they can't kill Tua.
Well, you see, here's the thing. Everybody and their mother got injured for the Miami Dolphins. Like, it was crazy. They were dropping like flies, and the defense in particular. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
I want to believe, but I'm not that. I'm not that stupid.
Nah.
By the way, the Jets are gonna win.
You probably.
Away. Gotta pick the way. Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Patriots. Get right game. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Got picked home. Next, interesting matchup. Tennessee Titans hosting the Houston Texans. We may or may not have CJ Stroud.
I'm gonna, for this one, I think I'm gonna go with the Titans just because I don't think Stroud is gonna play.
I agree. Yeah, and the Titans, if they keep playing the level they did today, they might actually pull out that division.
There's a chance.
Got picked home. Next, we got the, I'm not even going to say it. Cardinals against 49ers. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Obviously, it's the Cardinals. Away.
Although they did clinch now, so they can start playing a little less,
They don't play that way.
Who?
They might have clinched, but they're not the number one seed. They want the number one seed. They need the number one seed.
True. Yeah. They're not going to step off the gas.
Yeah. So
which is also their problem.
That is the problem. Exactly. That's not how they play. So 49ers, both of us. Next, we got the LA Rams hosting the Commanders. You go first.
I'll go with the Los Angeles Rams on this one.
I agree. They've been playing really good football lately. And
Commies suck.
Feisty. Yeah. Home. Got picked home. Next, we got the Buffalo Bills hosting them boys. Are they for real? Are them boys for real?
I mean, we've been saying this year after year, right?
Are they real boys?
They're looking pretty damn legit, man. They're looking pretty damn legit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with the boys, man.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I was kind of hoping you went with the boys.
Listen. The Bills are starting to get hot, but they always do this.
Let me tell you something.
They start getting hot and then they just lose randomly.
Let me tell you something. Here's my logic. I like teams
You're behind and you need to make moves.
First off, yes. Second, the Buffalo Bills are desperate and they're playing at home. So I tend to pick the teams that are desperate and I tend to pick the teams that play at home. So it matches up perfectly.
Why not?
Away. I mean, clearly my logic means shit because I've been having a terrible season overall. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Who do you like?
I like the Birdies, I believe.
Dirty Birds.
Dirty Bird.
Yeah, I like the Baltimore Ravens too. Again, another team that doesn't really take their foot off the gas, at least not on defense. I mean, they're not just going to let the Jacksonville Jaguars stroll in there, because the Jacksonville Jaguars could theoretically still take the number 1 seed, and the Ravens aren't going to give it up. So give me the Ravens.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't see the Ravens having a weakness per se. It's like the Jaguars are not a bad team. It's just the Ravens are strong.
I mean, the Jaguars don't have a defense.
They're still a good team.
Yeah, but I mean, the Baltimore Ravens have top 2 defense in the league.
Well, yeah, that's why they're the number 1 seed.
Actually, you know what? Top 5. All right, so 49ers, Browns, Steelers, Ravens. I'd say those are the top 4. Who would you say is the 5th?
Cowboys?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, make peace with that.
Yeah. Monday Night Football. You got the Eagles visiting the Seahawks.
Eagles have not been doing good on prime time, I'll say that.
The Seahawks have also been on the way down. So both teams in the need of a get-right game. Gino got injured, or without Gino, give me the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles, they need a bye week. They really need a bye week, but
I'm taking the Eagles too,
I think they're good enough to beat the Seahawks.
That's my logic, where it's like they're both on the downward slope, but Eagles still got too many weapons, you know?
Yeah, the problem's the defense,
and too much to play for.
Yeah. God picked home. So there you go. Those are our picks for the week, and I am dying. I am sick. I do not feel well. I probably won't even go to work tomorrow, but we'll see. As always, comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DarioSTW and at Super Dario World. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, all that stuff. It really helps me out. Eric, is there anything you want to shout out?
Not really, but to Gus, David Martinez, and that guy, please make sure to submit your picks for the week.
That's right. Send your picks.
Yeah, the race is
it's getting tight.
Neck and neck.
It's neck and neck. Tight.
And if you don't want me to gloat, you better beat me.
Listen, I don't want to give this man my money. All right? I need literally anybody else to win. Literally anybody. The best one to win obviously would be God, but he's kind of like an idiot for football.
What would you do there? Would you donate to a church?
No. Which church? Which church?
I don't know, but I like how much you thought about it.
Because listen, it's a fair question. It's a fair question.
Some charity? I don't know.
Because I hadn't considered it.
Well, it's because God has always sucked during these picks.
I know, but what would I do?
I don't know.
I'd probably keep it. Because, God wants me to keep it, Maybe use it for a baptism or something.
That money would get cursed if you kept it.
I'm going to invest it in the Chiefs. I'm going to buy stocks in the Chiefs for that money.
Oh, you're going to hell for that one.
It would be cursed.
Oh, well, maybe you got to invest in the Saints. So you can bless it.
I would buy Saints merch.
Who would you buy? I'd buy a Camara shirt.
I was going to drive like a Breeze shirt or something.
I guess that'd be cool. Yeah. I'd go
San Diego.
Camara won me a Super Bowl.
So. I've actually, met Drew Brees. So anyway, so that's it. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.